Hey, what's up? I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and I'm here to bring you the latest Bitcoin news plus my reaction to it. And today I have some great news involving Fidelity and Bitcoin. As always, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed this content and would like to see more. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is what Fidelity's been doing in the Bitcoin space. So Barron's has reported that Fidelity is charging headlong into offering Bitcoin and crypto services. A spokeswoman said a meaningful portion of Fidelity customers are already interested in and own crypto. They already have an administered Bitcoin 401k plan so far. Fidelity has already opened a crypto exchange where their customers can trade crypto. According to this article, it seems as though they don't want to miss the boat on the crypto the same way they had missed the boat on exchange traded funds. I personally think this is bullish for Bitcoin adoption, as having a seasoned and reputable financial institution as Fidelity getting on board with Bitcoin adoption is necessary for its future growth. And there's good news on the FTX front. I have the next story here from Bitcoin.com putting out this story that's saying that the two FTX-owned crypto exchanges, FTX Japan and Liquid, are saying that they could potentially withdraw funds soon. So these cryptocurrency exchanges in Japan, FTX and Liquid, basically announced that customers should be able to withdraw their funds by mid-February. So that's actually very positive news for those customers specifically. And it's good to see that in the space, to see some of the customers able to recover their assets, hopefully over time. We'll also see some more FTX customers be able to withdraw assets as well from the main exchanges, from FTX US and also from the FTX International. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the real Kiyosaki, aka the Robert Kiyosaki, the rich dad, poor dad. So he recently put out a tweet that said, basically, they asked him, "Are you investing in Bitcoin?" He said, "Yes, I am. I'm very excited about Bitcoin, and because it's classified as a commodity, which is something that I believe as well, that Bitcoin is a commodity." And then he went out to say that the crypto tokens are classified as securities. That's actually under some scrutiny to see whether or not which tokens are securities and which ones aren't. The SEC has a whole investigation, and they're gonna actually try to regulate that as much as possible to determine what's a security and what's not a security. But he's basically saying that he's buying Bitcoin because it's a commodity, much like gold, silver, and oil, and he is buying more Bitcoin as of this tweet that came out on the 30th of December. So that's one very influential financial guru in the space that's coming out and saying, okay, well, I am definitely interested in buying more Bitcoin, and I am buying Bitcoin right now. I also remember that he did say that he thinks that Bitcoin could actually go below 10,000 as well. So that's something very interesting to point out. It seems like he's DCAing right now. He's dollar cost averaging in his Bitcoin position. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the major U.S. economic reports and Fed speakers here from Marketwatch. If you guys are interested, Marketwatch has this really good economics calendar that they put out, and I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. But they also highlight basically all the important events coming up this week. And so what we have here is I'm just going to go ahead and give you the important events, in my opinion, right? And the reason why I want to talk about this is because what happens in the traditional markets obviously do affect the Bitcoin and crypto markets as well. So things like the FOMC and CPI index and things like that, they all move the Bitcoin and crypto prices. So we're going to talk about this. First thing we have here is, I'd say not much here on Tuesday, but then we go to Wednesday. And one thing that's very important Wednesday seems to be the FOMC minutes, right? The Federal Open Market Committee. They're going to be releasing their minutes. And that's always kind of a treasure trove of information, because people are trying to figure out what the Fed is thinking and how the Fed's going to react to additional data coming out in order to fight inflation. All right, so that's very important. That's coming out Wednesday. That'll probably wind up moving the market as well. This is Wednesday at 2 p.m. And then Thursday, they're going to put out jobless claims. That's very important, because if jobless claims come in and they're higher than expected, that could actually have a positive impact on the market, because many people who are bullish on the market are expecting a deterioration in the unemployment market in order to get the Fed to stop raising rates. Okay, so that's really important in my opinion here. And then you also have non-farm payrolls coming out on Friday. You have the unemployment rate also on Friday, again coming back to the unemployment number here. And that's basically it for the week. Now, this is not as exciting of a week as we've had in the past, where you had like the CPI and the FOMC and all that in the same week. However, this is still very important. This week is still very important for these metrics coming out here, because as I said before, the Fed is looking at all these metrics and determining whether or not they're going to be raising or lowering or potentially halting the rate increases, and that has an outsized impact on the Bitcoin price. And if you guys are curious on why that is exactly, or how that affects the Bitcoin price, definitely recommend you check out my video in which I talked about the Fed and its impact on Bitcoin prices. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this content, let me know. And let me know what you guys think of FTX Japan information and what Fidelity is doing in the Bitcoin space. Definitely would appreciate it. Leave a comment below, and I will catch you in the next video.